All for coming. It's always a good time to get together for good news, and that's what we're here for today. So I appreciate the fact that you all have come over for this. In 1991, the board established a variety of programs as priority programs as established in our strategic plan, Western 21. And one of those priority programs was for journalism. And it was established as one of those that was one of our best and one of those that we were going to continue to achieve and stay at national recognition level, and that has continued to move forward. We are now moving to another level with this program, which we're excited about. Let me give you a couple of things just for your information about this program that will give you an indication of the quality. The program was accredited in 1987, and we have been entering the collegiate journalism competition ever since, sponsored by the Hearst Foundation. I think we all are familiar with the Hearst family and their publication background. In the 1993-94 competition, Western won the overall photojournalism competition for the 5th consecutive year, Mike, so we're really proud of that accomplishment. They placed 5th in the writing competition, was 3rd overall in the total accumulation of points. And you have to bear in mind that we only enter 2 of the 3 categories that Hearst has available. Rick Loomis, a senior from Michigan, took 3rd place in the College Photographer of the Year competition, and we've also had students actually be the actual winner of that in the past. Advertising students finished 6th in the National Student Advertising Competition Finals last June. And Joanne Albers, who is department chair, is president of the Association of Schools of Journalism and Mass Communication. So that'll give you just a few thoughts about why this program is considered one of our top priority programs. We're pleased to announce today that the William Randolph Hearst Foundation has approved a grant for $200,000 to Western Kentucky University's Department of Journalism. It will be used to establish an endowment for a professionals in residence program on our campus. The endowment, of course, will generate interest income that will be used each year to bring in outstanding journalists to the campus of Western Kentucky University, to which our students can be exposed. There were only 4 other schools that got grants under this program for this year, and we're excited to be within that group, which includes University of Kansas, Ohio University, University of Colorado, and Howard University. Only accredited journalism/mass communications schools or departments are eligible to receive these grants, and there are 97 such schools out across the country. So for Western Kentucky University to be in that group certainly speaks well of our program, and I think speaks appropriately well of this outstanding program. The person who leads this program, and the person I want to bring to the microphone now to embellish these few introductory thoughts and also to answer your questions, is the head of the Department of Journalism, Joanne Albers. And Joanne, as you come up, I want to give you a round of applause.
First thing I have to do is kind of embarrassing. I thought, 1987, where did he get that? It's 79, and I made the mistake in the fact sheet that I know it is. I made the error. We are really excited about this grant. We will be appointing a committee in the department to work out the details of how speakers will be invited in. I've decided to see if we can't scrounge up enough money in the department to be able to launch the program in the spring semester so that we can bring speakers in this year. And then, of course, once the money arrives, the first check is supposed to be here in about 3 weeks for half the grant, and then the other $100,000 will come shortly after the first of the year. And then the interest will start accruing. And it's really exciting for us. So that's all I had to say. Does anybody have any questions? Like that.
So the principal's not going to be used to
the principal, we are restricted from using it. Specifically, the Hearst Foundation established these so that it would be a continuing benefit to programs. So we can use 100% of the interest, and it's only for this purpose, so we can't take it to do something else.
Now, we might add that what we're trying to do is establish everything like this into an endowment, if at all possible, so it's there forever, and we're using the interest off of it. And Joanne would put this money into the WKU Foundation. It will be earning interest then, and they'll roll on forevermore. It'll always be there.
What kind of criteria does the Hearst Foundation look at
Well, they didn't really share criteria with us. It was, I was invited to apply 3 years ago, and then the program was put in hiatus for a while they assessed it, and they decided to go forward again this year. In talking with Tom Eastham, the West Coast Vice President, who is the one who invited me to apply, he basically put it to me sort of like, why should Western Kentucky get it instead of Northwestern? And so I approached, or our application specifically addressed what we have achieved and to give them some indication of what we could achieve with additional support.
It really wasn't that hard a question.
Joanne, if I'm not mistaken, your staff has a lot of people who have experience in the field of journalism.
Without exception, our faculty have professional experience.
Could you address why that's important in your department, and also how the residents, the professionals and residents will work with that staff?
Okay, well, ours is an undergraduate professional program. We are, while we know that many of our graduates go on to graduate school, go to law school and such, that's not really our primary focus. Our primary focus is to produce well-educated individuals who are prepared to enter the communications media and have successful careers in them. So we don't want them to just aspire to that entry-level job. It is important that they receive an education that's grounded in professional practice, though a dilemma we always face is the fact that the only thing you can count on in the communications industry is change. So we have to constantly remind our students as we teach them something that this is not the way it will be being done a year from now maybe, or 2 years from now. Well, it reinforces what we're doing if we can bring in professionals who can say this is what we're doing today and this is why we do it. It also will bolster faculty development, because it is not possible for our faculty to spend as much time in the professional workplace as we might like for them to do. One of our faculty members this summer spent the summer in a newsroom in Waterbury, Connecticut. So this is the kind of activity we like to encourage among the faculty. So this is going to give us a chance to have professionals updating faculty. So we will put these folks to work for sure, and basically what they're going to receive is reimbursement of their travel expenses.
Joanne, since many of your faculty are here, why don't you introduce them?
Oh, that's great. Okay, I'll start in the back row. Mike Morse is head of the photojournalism major. Next to him is Mike, you want to just stand, those folks. Okay. Harry Allen is the faculty member who was in Waterbury this summer. Harry teaches editing and editorial feature writing classes. James Kenny is 1/3 of our photojournalism faculty. The junior member of that faculty came to us from Syracuse. Bob Adams is really, he's a gift to the department. We don't pay his faculty, but he teaches in the department. I mean, we don't pay his salary. His salary line is in the budget for the Office of Student Publications. Next to him is Jim Highland, who is head of the print journalism major. Next to Jim is Wilma King Jones, who teaches our print design classes and has taught reporting. Next to Wilma is Jack Bridges, a visiting professor in public relations this year. John Barnum is head of the public relations sequence, to get my tongue and my brain connected. And Dr. Corbin Goebel on the end here is one of our print faculty. And as I said before, all of them have professional experience. It ranges from 7 years to how many, Jack? 25. I have 27, so it's 10 is the target we shoot for. That was a long answer to a question. Okay. Thank you for asking me to do that. Any other questions?
One more if I can. following up on the professional development, is there any interest at any point in getting a master's program in journalism here, or what would that involve?
Oh, I've never been asked that question publicly, so I will respond honestly and truthfully, and it may not be the answer that some people would like to hear. I have no desire for this department to offer a master's degree. As a taxpayer in Kentucky, I would have a hard time justifying the need for another master's degree in the state, though I'm sure people would like to have one from Western. There are already 5 places, I think, where students can get advanced degrees in journalism/mass communication in Kentucky. The major concern that I have, and it's one based on observations around the country, is that too often a university will give you 1.5 faculty members and $2,000 additional to the operating budget and say launch a master's program. And immediately it cuts into what you've been doing all those years. So unless I had absolute assurance that the quality of what we do now, the undergraduate program, wouldn't suffer, then I wouldn't want to take on a master's program. Am I okay with that answer? Okay.
Any other questions? Well, again, let me congratulate you, Joanne, and this department for an outstanding job, first of all, but also for success on this grant. Thank you very much. And that is that.